status, personal access token, Git config, and Git versus GitHub concepts. So let's get into Git branch. So Git branch is basically it's a separate workspace to develop new features without affecting the main project. Main and master are the two different, default branches that we can use here. And you have created a new branch called feature update. So the command is git branch name. So once we run this, a new branch will be created. Coming to the Git checkout, it is used to switch between the branches, or we can also restore the files. So instead of, we can also create and then switch between the branches, but using one command, we can create and switch within using one command, that is git checkout b login page. So login page is my new branch name. So when I run this command, it will automatically create my new branch called login page, and it will switch to login page branch. And git merge. So git merge, this is basically used to combine the changes that is happening from one branch to another branch. It will also allow multiple developers to work under one single branch. So here I have created, like here I have performed first switching to the master. If you see in my checkout, I've created a new new branch name called login page, and then later I'm switching it to the default one, that is master, and then I'm merging all my other branches into master, and then I deleted all the merged um branch, that is git branch d feature update. This is my merged branch name. I've deleted this, and here I've switched to master, and then I've merged all my other. If I've switched to master, the only remaining branch name is feature update, and then I've merged this feature update to master, then I've deleted this feature update. Coming to git log, this will basically show the history of the commit in the git repository. Here we have two commands, that is git log. This will show the entire history of the commit, and git log one line, this will show the entire history of the commit in one single line. Here you can see here, I've run git log. This basically displays the unique ID, author, date, and when I've run git.log, it is just showing all my history in just one line. Coming to the git status, this will basically check the current status of my git repository. Basically, it will check which files are ready to commit, which files are modified but not added, which files are not added but yet to the git. So this will display, or like it will generally check the status when I run git status on branch master. Coming to this personal access token, so this is like a secure alternate to the password to authenticate with the GitHub, because GitHub will basically remove the password. So using this, it will be more efficient for us because it is more secure than the password, and we can revoke it at any time. And this is used for pushing, pulling, and accessing the GitHub APIs. Now, how to do this? So once we open the GitHub, we go to the settings and then select the developer setting, and then we can see this token classic. Yeah, so we can see the token classic and then generate the new token. This will navigate us to the confirm access, where you have to sign in with your GitHub username and password and confirm. Once confirm, your personal access token will be generated. And coming to the Git config, okay. So coming to this Git config, first I have checked my Git version, and then we have to set the user identity. That is, you can see here, Git config global username, that is Gameshri, and then your email ID. Then once you run the Git config global list, this will list your username and email. And also you can also check the credentials here to verify it. Coming to this Git versus GitHub, we can see here, yeah, Git is basically used for version control, and GitHub is used for hosting Git repositories. And this can be installed locally on any laptops, and this is cloud based, and it tracks any changes made in the file. This provides the web interface to view file changes. Now, in simple words, let's say Git has a notebook where you can write, erase, rewrite all the codes, and GitHub has a Google Drive where you can store and share the like notebook. That is, you can store Git in the GitHub. Yep, that's it. Thank you.
It's fine. Are you ready to go with the practical one?
Is it necessary now?
Yeah, actually it is required because many people doesn't know like by looking into just PPT, so they could not able to grasp the things. Okay, so
Okay.
it would be like advisable actually. Even Fatima has to perform the practical session, so if she is ready to do it today, she can go ahead. Else, she would recommend it to do it by tomorrow.
Okay, then I'll just do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, one second.
So the same thing, what exactly you have done in the PPT, you just
Yep, yep. Okay.
doing with the explanation why you are taking this and why it is necessary like that. Like
Okay.
you just explain about Git config, right?
Yeah, Git config.
Actually, primarily we used to set up the username as well as the Gmail or the identity
Hmm.
of Git config is to
Yeah.
identify who has committed the changes to the Git repo. Okay. So, for
Okay, okay.
example,
Huh.
if you are working in an organization, you have been assigned with like they're going to collab the repository with the team members. Okay.
Yeah.
So if there is no identity, we could not able to like map, or we could not able to identify who has committed the changes, what commit they have made. We could not able to recognize who has done. Probably assume that in ABC are the three members in an team. So A has committed the new changes to the repository, and the TL will come in to look for the changes who has committed, and the committed was wrong actually. So there is some misconfiguration is there. So on that,
Okay, correct, correct.
we could not able to identify who has committed whether A, B, or C. So
Okay.
to make it more optimal and more efficient, and even for the identification purpose, they have come up with the concept called Git config. So which will help us to recognize who has committed which code and what.
Okay.
So for that purpose, the Git config will be used. Likewise, even Git pat. So you explained almost correct actually. So
Hmm.
here you can just control, probably while creating the pat, you come across multiple checkboxes. Probably
Okay.
hope if you have remember. If not, what
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can,
yeah.
yeah.
Keeping it default.
Yes, actually, there are multiple checkboxes. You need to check which access need to be provided to which users. So the pat is something like your password. So once you activated the pat, so
Hmm.
you need not to use your password for logging through CLI, that is command line interface.
Okay.
Okay, so the pat will come in to help you when you are working in CLI mode. Okay, yeah, that's it. You can
Okay.
go ahead.
Now, starting with the Git branch. One second.
So probably we could not able to view your terminal.
I'm logging into my GitHub. One second.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So, this is my GitHub page. So now creating a new. So this creates a new branch as I've showed here. Here, I've used your feature update, but there I've used feature conform. So this will create a new branch. And coming to this checkout, we can either use checkout or we can use switch. But I'm using checkout here. That is git checkout b login id. So I have created, I mean, I've shifted to a new branch from feature conform to login ID. So this is about checkout thing. Now let's move on to git merge. In this git merge, as I've informed, I have
Sorry for the
a f-
interruption, Ramya. And could you please navigate back to Git Bash?
once again. Yeah.
So don't mind. So we use like a Git branch or Git checkout -b for the branch of new branch. That is the creation of the branch.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Whatever the command you are passing, that's fine.
Hmm.
So while explaining to
For
someone,
the check, right? Checkout.
yeah, that's fine. So while you are explaining to someone who doesn't know anything about Git means how exactly we should convey the things to them is like, so let me start with the initial one. Like we use Git branch. So we'll make it more simpler. So the branch in an repository of the GitHub, so we can have multiple branches. So for example, like initially the GitHub will provide us with the main branch. So could you please navigate back to your GitHub account and open any repository?
Once again.
Click on that. Yeah.
It's loading. Yep.
Okay. So everyone can able to make out the main. Can you people able to find out the main word? Main followed by branch just below the GTS job applications. Yeah, above one. Move up. Yeah,
This one.
left. Towards your left. Yeah. So this is exactly the branch. Okay. So click on that. Okay. So when you created the repository, so by default the GitHub will give you the main branch. So assume that
Yeah.
this is your confirmed one. Okay. So where whatever the code you put under this branch that is called main are meant for the production, that is they all satisfies the requirement as well as criteria for the deployment of the application. For example, we'll take either Instagram or the WhatsApp. Okay, so
Okay.
whatever the WhatsApp or the Instagram you people are using are kept under the main branch, are those code. Okay, likewise they create another branch like you did right now, like
Y-
login or feature confirm, like this. So
Like the
they
sub branch.
yes.
Okay.
So whatever the changes or whatever the activities or the implementation or the modification of code you going to do or you going to change in that code will be pushed to that sub branch. So directly no one is allowed to push to main branch. The reason is, so the main branch has been access to the production. Okay, the production
Okay.
in the sense it is currently being used by the live deployment. Okay, so if you do any changes to the main branch, so the same changes will be reflected to the end users, that is for us. Like I do some changes for the Instagram login page or for scrolling or updating the story, so immediately after updating into the main branch code, so same thing will get deployed or get accessible to the end users. To
Okay.
avoid all those conflicts, they have come up with the concept called branches. Okay, that is, they're going to create the another branch for the testing as well as internal quality or internal development purpose. They're going to create the another branch like that. Okay, so once they find okay, the my whatever the updated code integrations satisfies the criteria, after testing everything, they going to merge the code into main branch. So for merging, in an organization, the employees don't have access, the manager level or the TL level will be having the access. So they going to verify the code, whether all the codes are well, that they going to get confirmation from the testing field. Okay, so post getting the confirmation from the testing field, it is good for merging into the main branch. Post that, they going to merge into the main branch. After merging into the main branch, probably you people will be getting the updates in the Play Store, right? So exactly
Yep.
the same will be happen here. So the code will be deployed within your version and will be notifying us saying you have an update in your application, do update to get the latest feature. So they have integrated some features from previous to the current one. Okay,
Okay.
so that is why the branch will come. So when you are working or when you are pushing any files to the GitHub, so we will go with creating the sub branch. That is as per the naming convention rule, they go like as she has used, like front end confirm, features confirm, like that. Okay, okay, you can go ahead right now. And the checkout, so the checkout command have two things. One, either you can use it to create the new branch, or else if you want to switch from one branch to another branch. That is, right now you are working in the login ID branch. That is,
Yep.
right now you are working in the login ID branch and you wanted to switch from different branch. That is, either it could be a main branch or feature confirm branch. So if you want to switch from one to another, we will make use of the word checkout here. See, you can make out here, switch to the new branch called login. So above you did not make out any statement like that. The just the git branch feature was
Ab-
there. Yeah,
Above, I've just created a new branch called feature confirm.
yes.
And below, I have created another branch called login ID, and I've switched to login ID from feature confirm to login ID.
No, actually previously the git branch feature confirm did not change to any branch. It was in the master branch itself.
Yeah.
So you need to use the word or the key or the command called checkout to switch from master to login. So you can make out here, like
Okay.
initially when you pass the command git branch feature confirm, still it was in the master branch only. It is showing you, right? Now
Yeah.
in the next command you pass like checkout. Checkout in the sense move out. You are moving out from the current branch to the login ID.
Login
You
ID.
can make
Yeah.
out here. Now your branch is in login ID.
Yep.
Hope you got it, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
1 second. Yeah. Now I've moved back to master again from login to master. So now I want to merge my other branches into master. So I'm merging. So here what I did was, as Nachiket told, we have shifted to login ID. So now I'm again switching back to master, and I'm merging my other. The left out one is feature confirm. So I'm merging this to master. So this is merged. And should I show them the deleting thing also?
Like what? I didn't
So basically, what I did was I created, as I told you before, I created new login ID, right?
Yeah.
And then again, I switched back to my master from login ID to master.
Okay.
And then the remaining one was feature confirm branch.
Okay.
I merged this feature confirm to master.
Okay.
And now, should I show them how to delete the merged branch?
Like you want to demonstrate how to delete the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
existing branch or the commit thing.
Not commit, like the merged branch. Now, feature confirm is the merged branch, right?
Okay, okay. Yeah, I
We
got
can
it.
delete that.
Okay. So in real time, there won't be any scenarios like you're not allowed to delete the branches. Okay. So
Okay.
there is a slight modification is required. Okay. So
Yeah,
initially you switch from master to login ID, right?
yeah.
So in login ID, you're going to commit some changes. That is, you're going to add some files, updated files.
Okay.
Okay. So later, you're going to merge that branch with the master. That is,
O-
whatever the new commit have been happened in the login branch. So the
Okay.
same commit or the files will be carried into the masters. It is the
Okay.
kind of an like a copy. Okay. So what a replication it is going to do, like whatever the content you have it in the login branch, it's the same thing will be into the master one.
Okay, fine.
That is the thing.
Then then I'll go with the git log.
Yeah. So before that, we can just demonstrate them git add as well as git commit, so that they can able to identify what exactly has happened.
Wait.
You just go and add any command things. I will help you. You can go back.
Okay.
Okay. So git add,
Sorry?
git add, yeah,
Yeah.
space. Okay. So here, either you have two options, like if you pass the dot or the period operator.
Hmm.
Okay, so whatever the files that exist in that current directory, everything will be added to the git stage.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want some particular file to be added to that git stage, you can go with the particular name, like git add login.js, like that. Okay, so as of now
Hmm.
we exactly don't know, like whether the file is existing in user admin file, that is folder. Okay, so
Yeah.
just backspace the things, like I mean git, type
Sorry?
ls, hit enter. Okay, so just choose any one name. Okay, so we have index.html file, right?
Yep.
Okay, now git add. Now she is trying to add the file that is index.html into our local repository. Okay, that is, she has that file in the system and she want that file to be in her github repository. Before that, she is just from the unstaged level 2, she is putting the file into the staging level. Okay guys, just type the name of that file, that is index.html. Yeah, hit enter. Okay, now git status. Now she is passing the command git status to know the status of the commit. Okay, so you can just scroll up.
I have too many files.
Yeah, so previously, no, 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 you can just come down. No, 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 little bit up, go up. No, you keep going up. I will tell you. Yeah, okay. Stop. Okay. So what exactly it is showing here, right? When she passed the command, that is git status, that is warning not one could not open directly. So these are the directories, like she previously have been committed the, that is she has already tried to add that all the files into our repository, but there is an issue in the directory permissions, so that why they are not allowed it to do the things. And there are many untracked files, that is she has added the things but she has not committed the changes, that is she has not pushed or updated code into her local git repository. Still it is in her system only, that is it is in the unstaged status. Okay, now you people can make out here new file called, that is index.html, that is it is in the staged one. Like how I can tell you people is
New file is added.
no, like the staging area is something like it is not yet been committed to the git repository, nor it is in your local thing, so it is in between. Like
Like,
if you have doubt, okay, so in index.html you forgot to add the heading, okay,
okay,
but you try to commit that. Before committing, what we do, we push them to the screening one. As
okay,
just for the assumption I am telling you people, okay, though like you have done all the thing in index.html and you want that index.html to be deployed in your application, okay. Before that
okay.
you will going to like github is, you you people know, right? Github is something like a storage one,
Yeah,
okay. So before putting them into the cloud, okay,
okay,
or into the your github, so there are many stages to be passed. First one is the creation, that is you did in the local, right? You have created the index.html and you integrated some code and you saved in your local system,
okay,
okay. The next stage is staged or the staging area, okay. So here it is in between your local system as well as commit.
okay.
So the commit in the sense you, it's perfectly right,
Hmm.
you have done everything as per the requirement. The staging is something you have some doubt later, once after committing it is quite hard to revert back, okay.
Okay,
It's something like your objective exams, so once you select some option and if you move ahead, you cannot come back and you cannot modify the things, something like that, okay.
okay,
So the staging is something like another, like in some objective exams you will have the option to go revisit that particular question and you can modify the answers. Hope you got it,
yeah, yeah.
or still there is a confusion.
No, I got it.
Okay, so this is something related to the second option I just mentioned, right? So you have initially chosen some option in the option as correct in for that question. So after some time you felt like, I think so it is not the right one, I need to modify my answer. So on that case the stage will come into exist, okay. So like
Okay,
you can undo the things, okay. So initial stage or the initial ad you have used, right? So that can be undone and again you can modify the file and you can add it for ready stage,
okay.
okay.
Like in the stage.
Yeah,
Staged,
in
we can do
staging
any
area,
changes.
in staging area you are allowed to modify your file.
Okay,
So once it is commented you cannot, but we do have that code actually, like git restore, git revert and all, okay. I think so Leak Ahmad will going to do that part, I don't remember. We'll see, if not, no, if nobody has done, we'll going to show you people at the end of the presentation things, okay. So something like in this stage right now, git add, post git adding before git commit, so you are allowed to do any modification to your file, okay.
okay. In unstaged, we are not allowed to do any modifications, right?
Unstaged means you have not added the file, that is
Like it is
there,
modified.
no, see here, untracked file means they are not
Huh.
going to push into your repository, that is we have not selected those file.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, got it.
So while in Windows only, while you are trying to copy some files from one folder to another folder, only the selected file will be copied, right? So the rest
Yeah,
which is not selected, that will be untracked. So that is what they are trying here. You have some untracked files, use the
yeah,
git add followed by the name of the file to include what will be committed things like that.
okay,
So what they are mean is, so if you want to add those file also, you can just go with the command git add followed by the file name.
okay,
Okay, so only if you want to add or commit the few files. Okay,
okay,
so if you want to add all the files under the directory, current directory or the current folder, you can just go
yeah,
ahead with git add period or the dot symbol, dot character, sorry. Okay,
okay,
so on that case, all the files which are under the current directory will be staged, that is ready for the upload like things. Okay, it will
okay,
say like I am ready to move further. So now the same stage in the index.html, the file index.html is in the state called I am ready to get into the github, like that it is saying. Okay,
okay.
so hope you got like git had how exactly it is work.
Yeah, yeah, got it.
Okay, now you go with git commit. So the commit in the sense you are committing the changes to your local github repository. Okay,
Okay,
git commit space hyphen m stands for message. Okay, so
okay.
whatever the modification you have made in that file, you can just pass that. No, no, just enter backspace.
Just enter.
No, no, don't do like even backspace. Do backspace, backspace. Just leave one space is enough. Okay,
Okay.
now hyphen m. Okay, space. Open the double quotes.
Yeah, yeah, got it.
Okay, you can pass the message. Okay, like
Okay, it's
yeah, this is the message you are telling someone like I have modified this content in this file like index.html. I have added the head 2, that is heading 2 line, like that you can provide any message to the see
okay.
that
Since I've added
yeah, you have
HT index.
modified that file, right?
Yeah, so I'm just passing a message added
Yeah, this is the
index.html.
message or the statement, something like that. Okay, or the
Okay,
subject, in other word I can say. So while you are
okay,
sending some mail to someone, you will add the subject line, right? So what
yeah,
exactly it is related to, like thing, this is something related to that space. Now you pass the file, which file you wanted to commit, that is which file you wanted to confirm the code is ready, like
okay. I'll
this.
just enter.
Index.html. Now,
I've added.
no, no,
Wait,
that is message. That is
okay,
message. So probably you have used Python as well as Java and all, right? So within the
yeah,
double quotes, whatever we going to write, it will display as it
that's
is,
messy.
right? So if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want to display some variable value, what you will go, either you going to print the variable, right?
yeah.
Same thing here also. This is just the
Okay,
message output console log message. Okay,
okay,
and you assume this index.html as your variable, and you are trying to push that, that is from your local system to your local github repository. Okay, so in github
okay,
repository also you have two kinds. One is your local github repository, another one is your remote github repository. The remote in the sense you have logged in using the web, right?
okay,
So that is the remote one, so where you can share with others also.
okay,
So when you have something in your github local repository, you cannot share with others, so it will be for you only unless until you
okay,
commit it to the main repository.
okay.
Got it? You just enter now. Okay, See here, one file got changed, 14 insertion. That is, inside the index.html, she has made 14 lines or 14 modifications. Okay. Now, if you want to make out that, you can just pass the git status. If you want to track the changes of your file, you can just pass the index, that is git status, so where your file is in right now. So you can make, as of now you don't find that index.html, because you have already confirmed that like index.html to be committed or pushed to
Okay.
your local repository. So that's the reason now the status, that is the status has been completed. Now if you wanted to view that index.file, now you will be going with git log. See here, so her latest commit was, no, go up. Yeah, so the latest update, that is the latest commit she has done is index.html, that is she added the index.html. This is the message you have passed there.
Yeah.
And who has passed at what time, this is how the git config will come into exist. See here, the author followed by the name as well as the gmail of their id, and above that we have something called commit followed by some numbers, alphanumerical numbers. So that is the
That's
commit id, we call it as. So in future you wanted to retrieve particular file or the particular version of application, we will be going with commit id.
okay.
Okay, so as you started working into git completely, you will be understanding the scenarios, why we use, how we use. Okay, till now you just understand the concept, what exactly
Yeah.
the git commit is all about. Okay,
Okay.
so now you hold the index.html file in your local repository.
Okay.
So if you want to push this index.html file to even to your remote repository, means like you will be going with another step, that is a step head, that is git push origin or git remote add origin, like that. Okay, probably
Okay.
those were not assigned to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so till now she has completed, she's shown the complete representation of how to add file into
Create
your
branch.
yeah, okay, let me come with the initial one. Okay, so she just show you people, showed you like how to commit the file, that is new file, into your local github repository. So once initially she gone with git add followed by the name of the file, so which will prompt you to add that file into your github repository. Okay, before staging. After that, once the file has been added to staging area, like she confirm the identity of that file, yes, the file is ready to be pushed to her github repository. So she committed the file, saying that I committed the changes from my end. Okay, that is she confirms her integration of code to, like by passing the command git commit followed by the message what she wants to convey to the senior developer or the manager, everything, or who is going to handle the github. Okay, and now she has committed the file, so still it is not in her github repository, still it is in the local repository only. So if you want to push this file to your github remote repository, means you have some other cheats you need to move ahead, that is probably the one who has been assigned will going to show that. Okay, so I think who is next?
Oh, I'm next.
Could you please come up with your name?
Sorry.
I didn't get your name.
Like,
Okay, like, okay, so whatever the things she has done right till now,
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure the same has been done from your end. Okay, till commit. Okay, like
Yeah.
the file should be in your local repository. So post that,
Okay.
you need to present the practical things. Okay, like
Yeah.
how to push from local repository to remote repository and all. Okay, or else you can just go in the meeting itself, if you are comfortable. We'll guide you if you miss somewhere. Fine.
Okay.
Okay. Then the last topic, I think so, we have left with Git pat, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I can go ahead. So no, the Git pat will come into exist while pushing the code to your remote repository. Okay.
That's it.
You can just by explaining the navigation, you can move ahead.
Yeah. So going to the settings and one second. Yeah. Going to the developer settings. Here you get to see personal access token. So here select tokens classic. Once you select this, you get generate new token. Okay, I'll delete the ones I've generated.
Yeah, you can delete.
Okay.
So it is something like OTP thing. You can assume.
Yeah.
You can set the duration also. Okay.
Yeah. And generate new branch. Sorry, new token. And I'm generating new token.
So the token is something like OTP, guys. Okay, so always she cannot share you the password. If she is sharing you the password means, once after work is been done, always she need to required to reset her password, main account password. For that, alternatively, right now she is creating the personal access token. That is, she going to give you, like if I want to access her repository, that is if I want to clone the code which is in her repository, she is going to share me the user id as well as the personal access token. Okay, so in personal access token also, she may have, like she can have the restriction. Okay, you go ahead, I will explain that. Gami, I can go.
Yeah. Okay. So here I'm selecting repo, where I
Yeah.
am I audible?
Yes, 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 you are audible, like I just
Okay.
previously mentioned, right? So in
Here
our
we have.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you explain first.
Yeah, so here we have a lot of check options where I'm just selecting repo for what I will be working with. So this all I don't need to work. So I'm just checking with the repo, and I can also just give a note. So what I'm actually working for. So Git authentication for my laptop. This is the note I'll be giving, and I've set the expiration date for like 30 days.
So
And
Gami,
once I generate the two,
no, wait, go up.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you people can make out like select scopes. She selected the repo one, right? So this is something related to ACL, that is access control list. Okay. So she can control the whole axis. That is, if she want to allow some user to only download the code, or if she want to allow someone to commit the changes, like that. So we do have many permissions here. So based on the permissions, we going to create the tokens. Okay, so now she is given complete access, that is full control of private repositories. That is, the person who is having her username as well as the pat, they can able to download her personal repositories, that is private repository. And also she has given additional access, that is access commit status. Okay, so they can able to see the commit status also, they can able to see the like deployment status, public repository, and the annotations. They are allowed to read as well as write the repository. That is, they are the authorized person who has authority to do any changes to that particular repository, like that. Or else if she don't want to give full access to her repository, even she can control what has to be done, what has not to be done, like that. Okay, so like she has just passed the note like saying git authentication for so and so things. Okay, and she has set the expiration date, and the expiration days is not limited to 30. Even it is having the customer thing. So can you please expand that? Yeah, see here. So either you can go with predefined um, norms, or else you can either go with the custom or no expiration. Okay, so it is up to the organization or the admin things. Okay, okay, you can go ahead. So now the pad got created, and you need to store somewhere in your system. Once
Yeah.
if you exit from this window and you cannot able to locate the pad, that is the password thing. So if you have forgotten where you have kept or where you have stored, means again you need to delete and you need to create the new one. So once after creating the pat, so she is not allowed to log in through her password in the console. That is, she was using the git bash, right? So there if she passed the username as well as her password, means she is not allowed to logging into our github remote repository, because she has alternatively created the pat. So until it got deleted, she cannot able to log in through her password. So always she is required to log in through her pat only. Okay, so probably leak will going to represent all those things in next session. Okay, Gamya, if you have anything to convey, you can go ahead.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay, okay, probably you people have understood like how to create branch and how to add the file to your local GitHub repository, and how to commit the changes. Along with that, how to look into logs and how to create the pat. Till creation of pat, you people have understood. Even the part of Fatima, she has done like committing git log, git status, git add, all the things. Okay, so just go and try to do practice or hands on by your own. Okay, so that will be like more familiar, getting more familiar into those commands as well as the functionality of that commands. Okay, guys. Okay, then she has done with her presentation. If others do have any doubt with respect to the current presentation, um, you're open to ask. Like if you didn't understand some queries or what she has done, you can directly ask. Like she's hopefully she's willing to answer, as she has come across some hands-on right now. Okay, if not, we can end the session.